Prove it to you. You read that little saying I have pinned up on my profile? I'll prove something to you. How marriage and being married, or being paperly wed, or standing in a church in front of people as your witnesses, or that priest or preacher or anyone who considers that church legal, it isn't. Unlawful congregation in Britain, no one's allowed to unlawfully congregate within a building structure or a facility to sit there and promote that of one leader above another leader, or that above a ruler, or above that of that whom rules over the world. And I have to say, world is not a correct term, so it's actually, or who, they can't do it because of whom rules over the planet. No, that's one. Second one, out of Britain's law library, hostages. Hostages are not allowed to be done in a time of peace, nor in a time of war. What it is you take a person who is already a war prisoner, okay, and you handcuff them, and you take them to where they need to go. So if you have prison cells or Guantanamo in such manner, you stick them inside the building. Those handcuffs, those shackles have to be off. Now, how does this relate to marriage, or being married or wed, or any of that? It says that in Britain and whatnot, that no ring can ever bind, bond, or that of any type of mystical, or anything of magic, or anything that a practice or ritual can be that of such to bind any feeling or any emotion or anything of a person to a ring. Now let me go to the United States side. The United States side says the same thing as hostage on the Britain side. Or I should say North America, Canada, the leader is the United States, because the law is exactly the same. If it isn't, then it ain't law. But anyway, let's go back to the last thing I said on the Britain side about sorcery and magic. That's the same thing here in North Canada, America, which is referenced as the United States. Hostage, same thing. The law of marriage in North Canada, America, which is referenced the U.S., has always been that marriage is illegal, being wed is illegal, and so forth. The only problem of it is a certain type, or certain group of people, not type, a certain group of people wanted to make that change. They wanted a label. They wanted to, I call it a sticker label, because when you marry, the definition of marriage is that which whom is silent. Okay. If you're married, you're silent. If you're in a marriage, you're silent. You're also a prisoner. You're a hostage. Both laws in Britain and North Canada, America, referenced as U.S., say that no one country, under terms of peace or in terms of war, can be that of to hold a person against their will. Now, grant Britain's side of it, they got rid of the word will. You can't hold a person hostage for no reason. So if you fought in the Saudi Arabia war, and I took a prisoner of war, and that prisoner of war just so happened he never killed or murdered anyone, then I gotta put him I can put him in a prison, but the moment that war is over, and I have to do it, I can put him in a prison where there's no convicts, no criminals. So that means a whole cell block section has to be by itself. No criminals, no whatsoever. And I gotta tell that person, you're a war prisoner for your own good of not getting killed or not committing murder or killing someone. Or I can stick him in a complex, housing complex, to where he has an ankle bracelet and he has to report every day. Now, if he wants to go back and fight in the Saudi Arabia war, then I gotta take that ankle bracelet, I gotta unlock that cell, I gotta send him back. And if he kills and murders someone, that's all on him. I try to do good, the right thing by him. That's what people forget. You gotta do the right thing by people. That is a law. The law states that it doesn't matter who the person is, or who the animal person is, or that of miscreation. But it doesn't say miscreation. It says it now. It says that which is a mistake of such of an experiment, whom where that of the living thing, or that of mixed genders, happens. And normally that happens with a petri dish or a test tube. Are they a petri dish or a test tube? But when it becomes a problem, then by all good things, I need to handle that problem. That means if that problem needs to go back and be by itself, all in one color, then it needs to go back and be by itself. As far as gay and lesbianism, there is a law that not only outlaws but makes it illegal. But the only time it isn't legal is in an act of war. When war is present, and let's just say, for instance, two girls kiss and they're with someone else and they tell the guy, I'm with someone. And for whatever reason, they do it to make that guy disgusted, so he walks away. I'm not going to say it's legal, but I'm not going to say it's illegal. But sexual actions, it's illegal. Same-sex marriage. The word sex is outlawed. You cannot use the word sex as a legal word. It is outlawed. It's forbidden. There's so many things that can happen to you because of that word. That's just another problem in the U.S. The funny part about it is when people quote-unquote say sex in reference to a penis going in a vagina, normally no one says anything. And I mean, it's just, she kisses your neck, he kisses her neck, boom. Why do you have to have a word for it? Oh, because you want to reference in science the other illegal thing. That was made illegal back in 1949. Science was considered 100% illegal. Because technology proved, mainly I proved, that technology could explain everything science needed to explain. So anyone who sits in a laboratory and whatnot and says they're a scientist, I wouldn't say that. I'd sit there and say, I'm a lab technician, and I'm trying to explain something here. I mean, how many times does an atom need to be looked at? Hold on. The person's diseased. Diseased people by law have to be quarantined, regardless if it's just a cough. That's the law in every country. Okay?